Alright, after all the controversy and reshoots, the trailer for Snow White is finally out. Let's see how it stacks up. Right away, it's surprising how faithful this trailer looks compared with the beloved 1937 classic. In fact, most of this looks like a shot-for-shot retelling, which is strange, considering the statements made by the leads about the original being problematic, the prince being a creepy stalker, and this film supposedly bringing a modern edge.
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that
She's
is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be.
I'm not seeing any of that here. Weird, right?
So, whistle while you work.
And it looks like they've done away with the full-grown characters who were supposed to replace the dwarves because, progress, and put the dwarves back in. However, they did it in the strangest way possible. This Snow White, like the 2012 Kristen Stewart film, casts full-size actors in the roles and then uses CG to transform them into little people. In this case, it's some freakishly looking characters that look like cartoons come to life. And the most obvious question is, why? Why not cast actual little people instead? Because it's offensive, you might say? Are you sure? It's kind of like saying you won't hire black actors and instead hiring white actors in blackface to play them, and then having the gall to say, this is better for everyone. On its face, it's worse. They deprived small stature actors of not just a job they were perfectly suited for, but also of roles that were written from the very beginning to be heroic and positive. Isn't that the whole point of representation? I mean, I could understand if the dwarves were villains or negative stereotypes, but they're the freaking heroes of this story. They defeat the evil queen. They couldn't be more positive characters if they tried. And on top of that, you'd be furthering the careers of the very people you're supposedly championing, giving them worldwide exposure as actors and what I can only assume would be one hell of a great paycheck, considering the film's budget is reportedly over $200 million. What the hell is problematic about that?
Mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest one of all?
Here we see the other same mistake that the Kristen Stewart film made as well, in casting Snow White who, let's be blunt, is not as attractive as the evil queen. And I don't mean that to sound like a jerk. I'm sure both Stewart and Zegler are very nice people and each one is attractive in her own way. But they cast each one against a literal supermodel, Charlize Theron in the first case and Gal Gadot in this film. That's not exactly fair. It's like putting Gary Oldman in a bodybuilding competition against Arnold Schwarzenegger and expecting us to say he looks better. Acting ability notwithstanding, when it comes to a purely physical comparison, which, let's face it, the phrase fairest of them all explicitly means, one has a clear advantage over the other. That's something the other 2012 Snow White movie, Mirror, Mirror, did right. Casting Lily Collins versus Julia Roberts is a much fairer test. And we can see how one would just edge out the other in a beauty contest. And the other thing Mirror Mirror did right is to cast actual little people as the dwarves.
Weird.
So my biggest question watching this is, what happened to the film we were promised in all those red carpet interviews and publicity stills? Why are there problematic dwarves in this film? Where are the 7 diversity hires who were supposed to replace them? Why does this trailer clearly feature a love story between Snow White and the prince when we were told it wouldn't be a love story? Why does this movie seem to be a live-action retelling of the 1937 classic when we were told outright it would be a different beast altogether. This leads me to believe one of two scenarios is taking place here. Either Disney actually listened to the fans and all those reshoots were for more than just a few scenes. Could they have actually reshot the whole thing to bring it more in line with the cartoon? Well, it's possible, since the dwarves allegedly weren't even supposed to be in this film and now they feature prominently. Or might it just be to lull the fans into a false sense of security? And the whole thing is just a massive bait and switch, giving a trailer that looks faithful to the original, but really they're saving all the elements they promised for the actual movie. So will it be a classic love story about a fair maiden and her prince overcoming evil with true love's kiss? Or another girl boss movie about a flawless hero who don't need no man, more concerned with a rise to power than romance? We'll find out soon enough. But these are just my 2 cents. Give me yours. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the Snow White trailer and whether you think this is going to be a faithful retelling of a beloved classic or another heartless bait and switch. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell to stay updated with the latest content. Until next time, stay creative.